Thanks so much for joining me. Got a really cool drill here from Larry Vickers of Vickers Tactical. That's actually a follow-up drill to the dime drill. So you do the dry fire practice with the dime drill and you come out here to do this drill. It's called the 3-6-9 drill to practice live fire. So this drill is really cool because you can make it more difficult or less difficult depending on your skill set as a shooter. So from the first line of fire, which is either 3 yards or 3 feet away or somewhere in between there, you're going for hits in the X ring. Once you're getting good solid hits and are very consistent, making sure your hits are in the X, then you graduate to the next line of fire, which is either 6 yards or 6 feet away, somewhere in between there, and you're allotted shots in the 10 ring. Once you're making sure that you're getting good solid hits in the 10, then you graduate to the farthest line of fire, which is either 9 yards or 9 feet away, depending on where you want, or somewhere in between there, depending on where you are as a shooter. And then you're allotted the 9 ring or smaller. Starting position, you are starting from the ready, weapon pointed at the target, finger on the trigger. Once you start graduating from up close to all the way through to the farthest shooting position, then you can come up and increase the challenge by adding a time to it from the ready position. So finger on the trigger, weapon pointed at the target, give yourself a 1 to 2 second par time, and making sure you're keeping all your shots in. Graduating from closest to furthest, and then you come up to the closest position and start from a low ready position. Word of advice, when you're starting from a low ready position, finger off the trigger. Once again, giving yourself a par time between 1 to 2 seconds, starting up close, making sure all your shots are in the X, graduating to the medium, and eventually graduating to the furthest position. So without further ado, let's get to this. I am going to do the untimed version as a demonstration. So we're going to start from 3 yards away. Start from the ready position. Finger on the trigger. Weapon on target, finger on the trigger, and get my hit. Alright, take a little break. Alright, come up from the ready position. Get my hit. Alright. Again, from the ready position. Alright, so I'm very consistent, making sure they're all in the X ring. I have now graduated to the next level. I'm going back to the 6 yard line. Now I'm allowed at the 10 ring or smaller. I'm going to try to keep everything in the X as much as I can. Alright. Alright, so keeping everything within the 10 ring or smaller, staying very consistent, graduated to the 9 yard line. Now I'm allotted the 9 ring and smaller. Alright, practicing proper trigger control, fundamentals, all that good stuff, and proper follow through as well. Alright, so at this point, if I had my timer, I'd go up to the closest line and start adding a par time. And then graduate all the way back, and then I would start from the low ready position with the par time, finger off the trigger, and graduate all the way back.